Hello everybody, my name is Jeramiah Ruff, and today I'm here to talk to you about Google. Specifically, the technological somnambulism that's going on with Google's daily activities. There's a lot more to this company than you may not know. So let's start off with one of the most obvious breaches in privacy that Google uses. It's the Street View car. You might have even had your picture taken a couple of times in front of your house or favorite pizza place. But don't worry, your face is blurred. This wasn't always true. 2 weeks into its use, EFF lawyer Kevin Bankston sued Google, obviously saying it was a huge breach in privacy, though Google argued it was public view, and that they could take pictures of whatever they want. Thankfully, he won that argument. Unfortunately, just because our faces are blurred, doesn't mean our movements aren't tracked. So you may be thinking to yourself, so what? Go on my Facebook page, MySpace page, if anyone still uses that, and there's plenty of pictures of me. Well, unfortunately, unbeknownst to anybody, those cars didn't just have cameras. They had a whole sensory array of electronic devices soaking up anything in the vicinity. That's right, passwords, pictures, anything digital they managed to collect onto a huge server. They managed to store 3 years worth of information. I mean, that's ridiculous. 3 years worth of passwords, emails, cell phone calls, messages, pictures, anything sent digitally. It was recorded, and they had it. It took the government $25,000 of a fine to even have them admit that they did this, which is just ridiculous. However, Google isn't just satisfied with the outside. They want the inside too. They're inviting businesses to have them come along and take pictures of the inside of their buildings. Basically, so that when they eventually have the ability to track you everywhere and anywhere, which they're pretty close to achieving, they at least have an exact view of the inside or outside of the area that you're in. Now, that was just streetcar view. Google has a plethora of technologies that they're developing or already in development that have the ability to track you. One of my newfound favorite technologies is the patent allowing Google to identify your face during a YouTube video. So no longer do you have to guess who's that guy in that YouTube video, as well as no longer Google or any alphabet agency, FBI, CIA, anything like that. Well, you may be saying to yourself, well, hey, as long as I don't post images of my cat, I'll be fine. Instead, I'll just watch Keyboard Cat for the 10th time. Unfortunately, if you own a cell phone, it's a different story. Google just recently patented a peer-to-peer location finding system. Now, what that basically means is that, let's say you have a cell phone. Who doesn't? Well, maybe you have it turned off, or you somehow jailbroke it, so that it's open source, or what have you. Anyways, so basically you disconnected the GPS locator in the phone. Well, that doesn't matter, because Google found a way, or developed a system, that allows them to track your phone and basically your movements based on the other cell phones around your phone. In other words, it's kind of like a torrent. Well, I mean, at least your cell phone. But instead of it being The Dark Knight Rises, it's your location, and you're sharing it with everyone around you. Now that we have seen no evil, why don't we move on to speak no evil? So, if you weren't familiar, there was a service that went on for a year or two called GOGG 411. Google offered, instead of you paying $4 to call an operator in India or wherever, they offered a service that allowed you to talk directly to a Google operator for free. Sounded like a great idea. But what people didn't know is that their voice was actually being stored on their servers. Now, you went through this whole mechanical prompt, it was annoying. Now, a lot of people just think they're there to cut jobs and piss people off, but what they're actually there for, and half the reason, is for data collecting. Google used it, and you can see right on their wiki webpage, they used your voice to perfect their voice recognition software. which then was distributed to who knows. When a company gets to the point where they own their own satellite, you know you've run into issues. Fortunately, if enough people wake up and realize what's going on, you can actually do something about it. But for right now, just realizing what's going on is enough. Thanks for listening.